If Drew decides he's a hired gun, then like Pierce decides, okay, then I'm going to bring in hired guns to stop you. And that's where I'm saying handpick people from Impact Wrestling, bro. People that we know, people that are over.
Drew's aligned with Rhea. I'm still not so that he's an official member of Judgment Day. It seems like that's a Rhea thing, kind of hired gun, which will make him on the War Games team, I think, because War Game is traditionally 5-on-5. Now, what does this mean for the babyface team? How do you book Drew as a heel from War Games on? Where do we go from here with Drew?
Okay, bro, this is there's no title matches, are there? What are the title matches?
Just the Intercontinental title and the women's title match.
Okay, so this is going to be the main event.
Yes.
So this is number 3. You're definitely going to put the babies over, bro. You got to end the show on a high note. Yeah. So the babies are definitely going to go over for this. Yeah. I would love, bro. I would book Drew as the hired gun. Mm-hmm. Baby face or heel, bro, you never know what he's gonna F up. That's the role. And bro, it's almost like after all this and everything, now he's a man on an island. He's got no emotion. Mm-hmm. You got the cash. What do you want me to do? I mean, that's how I would book him. And I would set it up, bro, by him the way they have it set up now, since he screwed baby faces, I would do that for a little bit. Mm-hmm. And then out of nowhere, I would have him screw a heel in a very important spot. And that's where we learn, bro, he's a gun for hire.
Okay. So where does this land him? Does this land him, say for WrestleMania season, the culmination of Drew being a hired gun? Does he transition to more of a baby face, or does he transition to more of a heel come WrestleMania?
If it were me, I would transition more to a heel.
Really?
Especially if they're going to put the belt on Cody.
Yeah, but Drew was a heel, man. They just book him to lose. They just book him.
That's the problem. I hear you, Chris, but that doesn't mean he can't be a great heel if booked correctly.
But they've done that. It's like been there, done that with Drew, though, man. Like when they booked him as a heel before, he lost when Roman came back from his leukemia and had some time off because of that. When he came back after that, they just threw Drew in there, and he ended up having a WrestleMania match with Drew, and it was just like it was their match. It was really not. It was just kind of like what is it called? Coming back party type of, heroes welcome, with Roman Reigns, and they just threw Drew in there because he was a good enough heel to put Roman over and make it believable. People didn't care though.
Yeah, and bro, that's the thing too, though, Chris. If I'm going down this road, a gun for hire, he ain't wrestling. He's not wrestling. He's not wrestling matches. That's
the Claymore is a perfect finisher for that too.
Yeah, exactly.
He just comes in, slides in, boom, Claymore, boom, Claymore, boom, Claymore, and leaves, knocks people out with Claymore.
And he literally week to week is kind of changing the direction of the company. I mean, that's how I would do it. But bro, there's too many people involved to be able to write a really concentrated storyline. Yeah. That's the problem, bro. There's too many people involved in the process.
I think that could work. I would lean Drew. I would transition him organically more into the babyface route, because I do think he'd get cheered by doing that, because Austin kind of did that before too. Like he came in, he wasn't necessarily a hired gun, but he was just kind of no nonsense. He's coming in, stunning everybody. You know what I mean? Like and that's how it was. And I think for him, that really got him over organically as just a no-nonsense babyface. And then, of course, he was with McMahon. He had such a good heel against him to dance with that he became, one of the most popular babyfaces of all time. Who would be a good heel to dance with Drew to make him kind of like a rebel without a cause like Austin was.
Oh man, that's always the problem, bro, because
Yeah.
we start going through the list of everybody that's not over.
Right.
So that's why I'm thinking, bro, it's gotta be, it's bro, listen, I believe, let me see how you feel about this. There is no doubt in my mind that whatchamacallit, Magnus over there, Nick, there's no doubt in my mind that he's gonna wrestle. I mean, no doubt in my mind, no doubt. So maybe that's the authority figure.
I'd be cool with that.
Yeah, Nick is very good, very, very, very good, bro. So you literally, and then, bro, the beauty of that is, you can involve Mickie, Mickie James somehow, some way, could get involved in that. But Nick is definitely going to get into it with somebody. I wouldn't mind seeing that.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind that because you can always.
They have a history of TNA, bro.
No, not a big, not a major history. Because Drew was in there when he was Drew Galloway. I know that EC3 and Lashley, Bobby Roode, like that. Like he was in there doing Matt Hardy. He was in there doing that time a lot. And Aldis was in NWA a lot during that time. He had some hiccups back in TNA, but when Nick Aldis was in TNA, Drew was in WWE with the Broken Dreams, and then 3M, what was it, 3-man band, 3MB, and all that. Yeah. So then he did in the Indies and went in TNA for a little bit. So, yeah, but I'm not sure if they had any history with like UK wrestling or something. They may have. I mean, they may have had like UK wrestling history and stuff like that. I wouldn't doubt if they did. I have to research that. But I imagine that they've been in the ring before. But I mean, as far as television history that we know, it's unprecedented. You know what I mean? Because we haven't really seen. It's not a regurgitated storyline. Like we get tired of regurgitated storylines. This wouldn't be a regurgitated storyline between Drew and Nick Aldis because we don't see matches again, with them over and over again.
Bro, and another way you can go with this is if Drew decides he's a hired gun, then like Pierce decides, okay, then I'm going to bring in hired guns to stop you. And that's where I'm saying handpick people from Impact Wrestling, bro. People that we know, people that are over, and then throw them in NXT talent or something like that. I mean, bro, come on, man. If the hired gun was Tommy Dreamer, bro, people would watch that. But believe me, people would watch that.
I agree, and it would be cool. It would be cool because I'm thinking of like, how do you bring Drew over to SmackDown? It'll be really cool because no one knows who hired Drew,
right?
And then Pierce is like, "Look, I can't deal with you anymore. Like, you've got to go over to SmackDown." You know what I mean? Like, and
bro, you know what the beautiful thing is, bro? With everything going on, this is where the reality could come in. Okay. With everything going on, who hired Drew?
Who hired Drew?
Vince. Come on, bro. You're gonna tell me you can't make a storyline out of that, bro? Are you kidding me?
I like it. Vince.
I mean, come on, bro.
It was me, Hoster.
It was me. It was me all along. And then just tell the story about you threw me out of my own company, and then my son-in-law, you voted against me coming in, and then Ari is talking about I'm a detriment, and oh my God, bro, are you kidding me?
Because what you could do is, okay, so Drew's Vince's hired gun. And then Vince starts to continue to put his thumb on Drew. And then Drew's like, hold on, man, I'm not really getting too much from this. There was some checks that bounce. Like you're just, I see what you're doing. You're trying, you get the bounce check gimmick with Jonathan Coachman, you know what I mean? And so you can integrate that in there. There's some bounce checks. And then all of a sudden he's like, you're not really hiring me. You're just having me do your dirty work now. And he kind of catches wind of this, and then all of a sudden he doesn't know that Drew is behind him, and he starts saying like, "Yeah, because I hired him, and he doesn't even know that none of those checks are going to clear." Yeah. And all of a sudden he turns around, boom, Claymore by Drew, place erupts, there's his opportunity, you know, to have that big kind of rebellious, you know, anti-establishment type of character, and fans will just love it, man. So,
there's so much you could do, bro, if they just stop thinking wrestling.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If they just stop thinking so one-dimensional, there's so much you could do.
Yeah, absolutely. This guy right here is Vince Russo. I'm Dr. Chris. This is Writing with Russo. Have a good night, everybody. Solo.